Welcome to another episode of Societal Diaries with Angel, a show where I take you through all that there is to know about the many hiccups in the Nigerian society with a sprinkle of my own 2 cents. This show is proudly featured under the 7 Media organization, and let's get right into it. As a human being, how empathetic would you say you are? As a member of society, rate your empathy on a scale of 1 to 10. And as a government, how empathetic are you when it comes to the needs and the affairs of the people? Well, just to put simply, empathy is basically just being understanding of a person's situation, whether or not it affects you directly. So let's just say you step out of your usual reasoning just to have a clear understanding of someone's situation thoroughly. And so I ask again, how empathetic are you as a person, as a citizen, and as a government? I'm sure you might be wondering where this talk of empathy stems from. Well, it's as a result of the recent happening in the Oronshoki area of Lagos State. I think it's rather unfortunate to think of the despair and discouragement of the people, rather the residents of this area. I think it's best that we point out how telling it is of the state and its law enforcement as regards the constant housing rights of residents being violated. These law enforcements, I believe, are set up to ensure that accidents such as this are avoided, and also to guide residents as to the ownership of property. I mean, to have residents who have lived in this area for well over 2 decades wake up to the uprooting and demolishment of their homes is rather unfortunate. Let's say this act was done for the greater good. Now, I want to ask this question: what are the measures that have been taken to ensure that citizens are kept safe? Where is the compensation for the abrupt disruption of lives? What also happens to the businesses of these people and their sources of living? And what happens to the finances paid to build homes and raise families? And as residents have alleged, no notice of the sort was given as regards the demolition of homes, and the silence of the state and its law enforcement is rather deafening. It's like one day a family wakes up in their home and the next day they are scouting for where to lay their head. Some find solace in religious institutions, and for those without families, they literally camp for where to lay their head at night. Don't even get me started on the clothing, feeding, and shelter of these people. The happening in the Oronshoki area of Lagos State has left thousands of people displaced, including women and children. Now, I want you to think of the residents that have been forced out of their homes with nowhere to go. Did it ever occur to you that they are now vulnerable and prone to attacks because of a situation that could have been handled differently? Did you also think of the possibility of these residents winning, if at all there would be any legal guardians of the sort that would help to intercede? I mean, after all, there's little to no media coverage and reportage of cities on the outskirts of urban areas and also in the grassroots level. I'm sure it might also ring a bell how the very issue stems from a long line and history of recent events that have been passed on from predecessors and also delegates, and just basically their failure in implementing set policies for the greater good of the people. Honestly, all that English I just spoke is to say that the pothole in the Nigerian system is as a roller coaster of similar events that have plagued us for years. That's all I have for you on Societal Diaries with Angel. Remember that you don't have to swim in a pool of an experience to have empathy for another. It's simply humane to do so. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on your post notifications to know when next you see me on your screen. Until next time, bye.